Greetings. We're not at the Fredericktown homestead today. We're in Hillsboro, Ohio, where a barn blew off its foundation a month ago. And they're today having barn raising to put up a new one. This is the fourth installment, fourth video today. Make sure you watch the other ones. The first piece of roofing is just going up now. They're starting on the south end here, and they'll have lunch when all the roofing is on it. It's now just 10 o'clock. They started at sunrise, just after 7. Well, I said they started. That's when we got here. They were already a crew on the roof, and not on the roof, on the deck. They had the gable end uprights, and they were just putting the cords on the gable ends, and then they sheathed them. Then I went to breakfast pretty soon after we got here, and got back, and they had 2/3 of the, or a half at least, of the roof frame up. Now they got the whole roof frame up, and they're starting with the tin. They put the first piece up. First piece takes the longest. They fly after that. They'll catch right up with this framing crew that's putting the purlins on. In general, barn raisins last from sunrise until lunchtime, and that's when the roof is all on. Some barns are more than 3 times as big as this one, and they still go up before lunch. Just have more men, more skilled men. We're in Hillsboro, Ohio, where men have come down here to live and work, because down here you can use tools that you're not allowed to use in the old Ore community of Fredericktown. And you'll see nail guns, you'll see various tools down here that are not allowed up home. Up home, the whole job would be done hand nailed. And one other difference that I'm noticing is there would be a lot more younger youth around, toting boards and helping out. Here it seems like it's all adults or young adults. I don't see any of the younger kids just out of school, or even kids in school. Some of the kids in school get a day off for a barn raising. When I pulled up here on the grass, it was frosty, and as soon as I stopped, I realized I was stuck. I can't move. Wheels spin. So I'm going to need a push to get out of here. But there's plenty of men around to push me out. Two sheets of roofing are up. Third one's going up. It just goes just that quick. So it's been 4 minutes, and we've got 4 sheets up, I think. It'll go faster and faster as they get used to doing it. just carried another sheet around the end there. The Amish have work frolics. This is a work frolic. The women have work frolics for canning peaches, making applesauce, making a quilt, various things. The men usually have building work frolics. And the way it works is the women, on a men's work frolic anyway, the women make the lunch and the snacks and keep the coffee coming, and the men all work on it, and they don't get paid, but when there's something to be done at their place, then they can count on the community to pitch in and help them do whatever it is needs doing. Our schools are built, their schools are built during work frolics, and there usually is one work frolic where the framing happens, where the whole thing goes up in a day, and then after that it's up to that school district, the men in that school district, to work on it and get it all finished, right down to the blackboard and seats. We have a new school just half a mile down the road from our house, from the homestead, and it was interesting to watch that go up. I didn't get to the framing work frolic, but I did get there for the women to be there, and they were actually painting the blackboard the day I was there, painting the whole place. I brought the younger family members. The grandpa, he was already here when he came up yesterday morning, and but I brought, I guess, 6 men and their wives, and all family members. The wife that lives down here, she is from Fredericktown, and all of her brothers are the ones I picked up. And her father was down here yesterday. I brought him down for the laying up of that cinder block wall there, and laid that 14-foot high, 50 feet long cinder block wall with 2 windows in it. Laid that up in a day. Just family members, about 8 of them. And they put that whole wall up in a day. The roof is going on pretty quickly. They will I imagine there'll be a second crew started up shortly to put the roof on this pitch here on this side. This felt-headed man, he's working on cutting a whole bundle for something. I see him evening it up, measuring it out, and cutting it. With a gambrel, you don't always get your roof pieces just the right size, and you have to cut them. One thing about working or going to a barn raising in your own community is everybody knows me. Down here, not so much, but probably all these men have seen my van. Not all of them have ridden in it, but all of them have seen it because I come down here quite a bit. It's 150 miles down here, so this will be a 300-mile day. That $300, well, I spent $100 on gas, so that $200 is going to go towards boar. I got 2 sow pigs in the barn now, 2 Berkshires, and I'm going to call up the auction barn and ask them if they could bid on any Durocs that come across the block that are less than 225 pounds, more than 160 pounds. That's try and get a Duroc boar. We have a driver that goes up to the auction every Wednesday in Mount Hope, and I'll just tell the auction barn to put it on his truck and he'll bring it home homestead. That may happen tomorrow or it may be a week from now. Mike is working on the room for the pigs, but actually that room doesn't have to be done right as soon as the boar gets here, because he can spend some time with the girls for the first week. It's not until he's bred them that he has to have some place to get away from them. The guy putting up the drip edge on the corner here could use one more set of hands. I see one of the men brought down a plate of cookies and coffee, and there's an awful lot of men inside the barn right now holding coffee cups. Hey, don't begrudge them. They've been here since sunrise, and they've got a barn pretty well shaped out. The roof seems to have come to a screeching halt for some reason. Lack of manpower, maybe. Not sure. These are used boards that they've got on a wagon there. They must be off the old barn. They're definitely used. They got nail holes, and you can see where they've been attached before. Another piece of roofing going around the corner there, but the previous one's not fixed yet. Oh, maybe that's a skylight. I think that's a skylight, that last one. I think that's what it is. Oh, they'll live to regret that. Those skylights are the first thing to go. A little puff of wind and they break. A little snowstorm and they fall through. And, I think that's what that is. That's a translucent skylight. Yep, that's what that is. They're putting another piece of roof up above it. They're going to live to regret that. Of course, they don't have lights they can flick on in their barn, so they got to have skylights and that kind of thing, just because you can't see, otherwise it'd be perfectly black in there. Let some daylight in. Another piece of roofing going around. Seems though they ought to set up a crew and start this other side getting roofed in. I guess they're waiting. They're still putting the drip edge on. All the purlins seem to be on except for the overhang. These boys that are right over the door, they've been having an awful time. They've been ripping out a piece, putting in a piece, ripping out a piece. They can't seem to get it right. Yeah, that guy in the felt hat is showing them where they've done it wrong again. Got to lift up. See, he can hand nail out over the edge. He doesn't use no nail gun. The first course of roofing is about halfway across the barn. We're at 18 plus minutes here on the video, so I'm going to cut this one short and let you make sure you watch the other ones. And if you could like and subscribe, like each of the videos, that would help. We post daily at the Fredericktown Homestead. Make sure you stay tuned. We do all sorts of things. I'm not always at the homestead. Sometimes I'm doing stuff amongst the Amish. But I'll let you off for now. God bless.